Hey guys, what is going on? It is here, week one of the NFL season. So as normal, as you guys saw last night, Philly beat Atlanta to open up the season. It was a weird game. It really was. Obviously, NFL was back, but it was kind of a lame game to watch. To be honest, if you love defense, it was a half decent game for you. But overall, kind of a weird one. But as you see, Philly came out. Up on top, 18-12, and a kind of a weird one. So, anyway, yeah, with that one out of the way, the first real week here is going to be coming here Sunday. Definitely excited for that. A lot of big tournaments on Fanduel and DraftKings, as you guys probably have been seeing. We got a lot of pretty good games here. We got a couple key injuries, obviously a contract dispute, as you guys probably know by that. But yeah, we'll get into all that. We're going to be looking at the spreads and stuff like that. Definitely a lot of GPP picks this first week. Some of the cheap guys, the prices haven't really caught up to them, obviously, since this week one. So definitely going to want to look at some of those guys. Anyway, we will be using Draft Dashboard here. Once again, if you guys were with me last year for NBA, we use that almost every single day. So we'll be doing that every week here for NFL. Going forward, it's just a lot of good information, and it's very easy to use as normal. And I'll get into how to use it and stuff like that. And also, if you guys remember last year, I did my own personal picks, my own little player pool for NBA, and a lot of you guys like that. I was gonna do it for MLB, but I just wasn't too into it. Just MLB was such a grind. Also, with lineups coming in and out, so much to do. But anyway, we will be doing that for NBA and NFL, our player pool. And the only way to get my own personal player pool here is to sign up in the comment section below. Just click on that link. You'll get signed up. I'm pretty sure we have a 30-day trial going on for you guys as well. So we'll love for you guys to join us on that. Anyway, once you do sign up through the link, you will go to a perfect line. Sorry, not perfect lineups. Excuse me. I'm going to have to redo that. All right, there we go. Watch players. Anyway, you can watch your own players. We'll get into that. So anyway, when you get to your watch players, you will have your own players over here. And then if you click on my link over here, it will automatically come up with all the players that I personally like in my own player pool that I will be using in my own personal lineups. So it's a very good tool. A lot of you guys loved it last year when I put it in on NBA. You guys were just loving it. Also, it tells you when it is last updated. So that is a good tool to have as well. So yeah, like I said, we'll get into the rest of it, how to use it here in just a bit. So yeah, like I said, NFL Week 1 is here. We are definitely excited for it. If you want our own premium lineups, we always do the main slate, probably 3 to 4 lineups per week for the main slate. Anthony and I are going to be doing them, so you get lineups from 2 different people. Like I said, we obviously did it last year, and it wasn't too bad for us. This is just our own page, our NFL page from last year where we posted our lineups and also some of our results as well, and also some of our subs. So like I said, I don't have all the results, but this is kind of a mix of our lineups from last year and a mix of our wins. So I'm just going to go through them a little bit. As you see here, $43 there, kind of double up the money a little bit. Here's another one here, put in 7, 110. Like I said, nothing too crazy there. As you see here, doubled up 20, 20, and 20. Definitely not too bad there. As you see here, won $14 there on that one from one of our subs. Moving on up a little bit. Let me see. There we go. There's another one. This was mine, 70, 60, and 60. A little bit later, 3 for 3 on NFL there. So like I said, not too bad. Here's another one for NFL. As you see there, 1,500, 1,500, and 1,000. Pretty good little, win there. That was December 24th. So, yeah, NFL definitely not too bad. Like I said, I don't have a lot of screenshots that I have on my phone from last year. But, this is from some of them from our page from last year. So, definitely wasn't too bad. Here's another sub, put in 10, $100. So, like I said, we'll love to have you guys on board. For NFL, like I said, $30 a month or $150 for the season. Very, very good offer. If you do sign up for the season, you get playoffs and NBA preseason absolutely free. So to get in on that, just message us in the comment section on our Twitter. Also, we got MLB, $8 a day. That's winding down, but we still got that going on. $8 a day for MLB. and $40 for the rest of the season, including playoffs. So would love to have you for that. But yeah, like I said, this one video is about NFL. Like I said, would love to have you guys on board. It starts on Sunday. Obviously, like I said, we always focus on the main slate. So would really love to have you guys on board for this one. So anyway, let's go look at some of the totals here. And yeah, we got some big ones as normal to focus on. You know, the higher the total, the better, and the closer the spread, the better as well. And in most situations, anyways, you see here Tampa, New Orleans 49 total. That's just pretty high. New Orleans by 9, so they're probably going to win by 2 touchdowns in this one. But still, giving Tampa a half decent shot of putting up a couple points there. This one here, a 40 total, and Baltimore by 7. That means this is going to be a defensive game, as we know. Buffalo is terrible. So maybe put Baltimore as your defense there. That's going to be a cashy. Cincinnati, Andy, 48 and only 2 spread. That's going to be interesting. 51 and a 6. That's going to be a good one. If you remember last year, it was a pretty good one as well. We got a 46 total here in Minnesota by 6.5. LA and the Kansas City with a 48 and a 3.5 spread there. So that is kind of what we're looking at there. All these other ones are kind of, in the middle here. This one here, 43, not the highest total, but only 1.5 spread. So I really don't mind that one there. I'll be back in just 1 second. Alrighty, guys. Sorry about that one. I had to go do something just very quickly. So anyway, as you see, most of the totals are not too bad, and there's nothing too crazy on the spread. So this should be a really good week 1 here. So anyway, we're gonna go by position here on Draft Dashboard. Once again, if you guys aren't familiar or you kind of forgot, they do a dash rank here anyway, 1 through 100. Obviously, 100 being the highest. They also do opponent defensive rank. Obviously, that's out of what 32 teams. I'm not 100% sure how many teams there are, but 31. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, it ranks the defense and then opponent position as well. So that obviously means safety and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely good little tools to have there for sure. Anyway, we're going to go, like I said, by position. These are the top players of the week, and we'll also look at some other sleepers that I'm liking as well. And as normal, some of these guys that I might like personally may not have high rankings, but it's just personal opinion. But for the most part, these rankings are pretty spot on. All right. Anyway, they like Tom Brady. Obviously, 8,600. If you can get him in there, I like him. This should be a shootout, but he's just so dang expensive. He'll be very popular, so that's a cash game for sure. For me, don't mind Breeze. I'd probably personally go Brady over this one. We got Cam. It's not a bad option here. I'm not expecting a high-scoring game. I'm really not in this one. I personally, like I said, I'm a big Carolina fan, and I'm not picking Cam in this one. Big Ben shouldn't be too bad. He's going to have to throw the ball a little bit more here with Bell probably going to be out. Expect probably anywhere from 19, maybe 20, 21 in this one. I really love Kirk Cousins. Unfortunately, he'll be popular, but he's in a good spot. San Francisco defense is terrible. The only thing here is Minnesota's offensive line is very bad, so hopefully he doesn't get sacked too much there. But, yeah, I really don't mind him. He'll be, like I said, very cashy in this one. Get Phillip Rivers at 100 rank as well. He was looking not too bad. They got Mariota here at 100 out of 100. That's up to you guys if you want to go that way. He's a very up and down kind of a guy. I personally would go Blake Bortles. Yes, I know he doesn't throw that much. They're going to hand it off to Fournette a little bit. But if he gets me 16 to 18, I'll definitely take that. Maybe I guess Marcus Mariota might have a little bit of a tick over on Bortles there just because he can run a little bit more there. But I really don't mind Bortles. Like I said, I know you guys don't like picking him. He's really up and down, but that's kind of what I'm looking at. And it saves you a lot of money at $6,600. Andy Dalton's really not in a bad spot. I don't expect high ownership, and he has a pretty easy matchup here against Indy defense. I love Andy Dalton. I really do. Sam Bradford could be interesting against Washington at very low ownership, as you see they're projected at 1.8, so they're not expecting anyone to have him. I'm going to be honest with you. Me personally, I really don't mind Ryan Tannehill here. If you guys remember him last year, he's not that bad of a quarterback. Just got injured. He is facing Tennessee, but Like I said, this last year's numbers, they're an all right defense, nothing too crazy, but I really don't mind Tannehill. I really don't. Like I said, the rankings don't really like him, but I personally like him in a GPP only. Don't put him in in a cash game or anything like that. But if you're going to play him, pair him up with Kenny Stills or something like that, very low ownership, if you're trying to take down a tournament. So that's my kind of tournament pick there is Ryan Tannehill. I really like him in this one. Like I said, in the GPP only. Nothing else that I'm really liking over there. So, like I said, I think Tannehill is my GPP guy. I like Fitzpatrick on DK. If you're going that way, Luck might be a little popular here. Let me see here. Yeah, he might be a little popular. We don't know how he's going to do out of the break, but I really like Andy Dalton. I really do like him here. He should get you anywhere from 17 to 19. Who else we got here? Like I said, maybe a little bit of Bortles if you want to go GPP. Kirk Cousins, I think, is your cash play at 7,600, and then your overall quarterback is definitely going to be Tom Brady. For me personally in this one. So Tannehill GPP, Kirk Cousins kind of a cash play mid range, and then Bortles another GPP, but probably would be my second option there since his upside's not really there. All right, moving on to running back here. So we got Alvin Kamara. Sorry, stuttered on that one, but anyway, we got him. Obviously, Ingram is going to be out, so he's going to be like 60-70% owned. David Johnson, I really like him here. Yes, you're taking a little bit of a risk coming off the injury, but I think he's in a very good spot. If you can't spend up for him, Fournette's in a very solid spot here against the Giants. Delvin Cook in a good spot against San Francisco at 73. Deion Lewis, no one's going to have him. He might do all right. Might get you anywhere from 9 to 12 points here. Melvin Gordon in a half decent spot. Kansas City still not a bad defense there. Alex Collin, he'll be a cash game, I think. Rex Burkhead, I love him at 6,300 if he's healthy. Has a minor knee injury, but hopefully he's healthy because I like him. He'll be popular. Joe Mixon, I personally like him. Like I said, once again, they don't really have him too high in the ratings, but I like him to get you around 14 to 15 in this one. That's just my personal opinion. See here. Obviously, you got James Conner. I think that's how you say it. James Conner right there with no Le'Veon Bell. He'll be, cash game, 70-80% owned. He's just too cheap to not use in this one. So, anyway, it's looking like you're going to probably use James Conner in a cash game. Everyone's going to have him. So just, take the ownership with that one there. Who else did I say I liked? Joe Mixon, like I said, he was kind of my guy. I really like him in this one here. Rex Burkhead, like him. Collins, kind of a cash lineup pick. Gordon, not too bad of an option. I know he's facing KC, but I like him. I think at lower ownership as a late game. And then obviously the top two there, I like them. And then obviously Fournette. So running backs are looking good. I really don't mind using 3 running backs, take up one for your flex position there. James Conner, I think you're going to have to put him in there. If you put him in there, like I said, popular, but he's going to get you a lot. Be able to let you save a little bit of money and get some of the big boys in there that you didn't think you were going to get in there in the beginning of the week. All right, they got Hopkins as the number 1 wide receiver, which I totally agree with. They got Thomas. I don't mind him, but I don't think I don't think he's going to be worth 8,500. That's just me personally. I'd rather pick Hopkins in a lot more competitive ball game where Watson's going to have to throw. Don't mind Diggs. I think he's going to get you about 7 receptions, 85 yards, and a touchdown. So don't mind him. Juju, personally, he's a GPP play to me because he's so up and down. Ted Ginn, another thing there, kind of a GPP option. You got Cole, 4,500. You have to have him in there. He might get you, like I said, maybe 7 or 8, but shoot, 4,500. He'll be popular. Hogan, another cash option there for New England. Hogan, Burkhead, and Gronk are the top 3 there that, we're looking at there in cash games. Tyler Boyd, yeah, really not too bad of an option. But I like in a GPP John Ross. I really like John Ross here, and they do agree with me. If you want to, and I don't mind it, if you want to do a Dalton, maybe John Ross, and then an AJ Green trio stack, I don't mind it in a GPP. I don't think many people are going to have him. John Ross. I don't think anyone's going to have really John Ross here. So yeah, that's kind of a GPP stack there. Dalton, Green, and then you can go John Ross there as well as kind of a 3 stack there. Dede, I don't mind him, but don't really know where he is on the depth chart. Maybe 2, maybe 3. Cole for sure number 1. Tyrell Williams could be interesting play there. Keenan Allen, I love him by the way as well, with Phillip Rivers, with Henry kind of going down with that injury there. Thielen, if he's healthy, yeah, I don't mind putting him in there. Who else are we looking at here? Obviously Brown, but he's so dang expensive. Corey Davis, a lot of people have been talking about him in season-long fantasy. Should we pick him? Should we not? I don't mind maybe throwing him out there in this one. He's only 6,400, so I guess you can put him in there. I don't think his ownership should be too crazy high this week. I know a lot of people are kind of on the edge on picking him. You got Landry. Has a lot of height, but I just don't like him. I really don't. I know Tyrod Taylor, that might be a pretty good hookup, but I just don't like him in this one. That's just me. Funches might get you 10 or 12, but that's really all I'm looking at. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you. Another guy that's a GPP for me, Danny. We got Danny here against Tennessee. He's kind of a slot receiver. And if you remember, Tannehill loved Landry as a slot receiver, so I think Danny should be in a half-decent spot as well. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. As you see, I'm kind of looking at GPP because there's so much money on the table, and as you see, you got to have a pretty unique lineup to win those tournaments. So I'm definitely looking GPP. Obviously, a lot of these picks, you guys are probably wondering, I don't know about that, but GPP player right here. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, trying to get the edge on others. Obviously, you got Gronk. He's number 1 for sure. Don't mind some Walker there. I personally won't have him in a lineup, but I don't mind him. Jack Doyle, I think he'll be relatively popular here. Charles Clay, I really don't mind him. Yes, I know their quarterback is terrible. He's been up and down as well. But if you really think of it, they don't really have many options. You got McCoy in the backfield. You got Kelvin Benjamin as a wide receiver. And then you really got Clay. They really don't have a lot. I know Baltimore defense is fairly good. But if you want a $5,200 tight end, maybe red zone pick, might get you 9 to 10 points. GPP option, maybe put him in there. Who else we looking at? Benjamin Watson, I think he'll be a little popular, really cheap. He might get you, 6 to 7 fantasy points. Jordan Reed, 5,800. I know he's coming off injuries and stuff like that, but another guy I really don't mind. If you remember Smith with Travis Kelce, he used him quite a bit. So if Reed's a little healthy, I really don't mind putting him in here. If he's playing, like I said, that's another GPP because no one's going to have him. But when he was healthy and he was doing good, he was pretty solid. So don't mind him. Eric Ebron, it's up to you if you want to go that way. What else we got? There's another guy. I forgot where he is. I think he'll be a little cashy here. Where is he at? They don't like him, I don't think, unless I passed him already. I must have passed. Anyway, Jenkins, I don't mind him. Let me go look him up. I didn't see him on there, so we're going to look him up here, Jenkins, the tight end. Like I said, if he's healthy, I don't mind him for Jacksonville. Blake Bortles doesn't really throw him down the field too much. He's probably going to, a little safety net with Jenkins. If he's healthy, his ownership might be a little high. He's very, very cheap. A lot of people have been talking about him as well. But, kind of a safety net if he plays there with Jenkins. So, tight end's not too bad. It's up to you if you want to go up to Gronk. I mean, if you probably go get Cole and James Conner, you can afford them. If you want to get away from the ownership, Reed in a GPP. Like I said, boom or bust with that one there. Charles Clay is just a deep GPP one-off option. Maybe put him in there in 1 or 2 lineups, but I wouldn't put him in a lot, but obviously Gronk's the number one way to go in this one there. And I think that is mostly it. They don't have the defense on here, but obviously Baltimore, Jacksonville, if you want to go that way. Some people like Pittsburgh, but I don't know. I think, surprisingly, Browns are going to put up a little bit of points in this one. So anyway, here are some of the guys here. Total under $6,500 that they're liking. We went through some of them. Anyway, you got Cole. Don't mind Boyd. Obviously, Brown. Bradford, if you just want to go dirt cheap, he might get you 16, 17 fantasy points. Who else? Like I said, Ryan Fitzpatrick on DK is kind of what I'm looking there. Then like I said, Clay in a one-off on for tight end if you want to go that way. That's kind of what I am looking at. And this one, looking a little bit, I don't see much else. They like Ricky Seals-Jones, and he's not bad. He's not really a catcher, but he might get you, maybe 6 or 7 points. Bradford did use Rudolph, obviously, 2 different players there, but maybe put him in there. But, yeah, so many different ways you can really go in this one. I'm going to try and create a lineup. If not, do the best I can for you guys. So I'm going to try and create a GPP lineup here. Like I said, I know he was really up and down last year, but like I said, I really don't mind that Andy Dalton there. That's a high total there in Indy. And also there's going to be no wind or anything. It's a controlled environment. I think he's going to do half decent. I think he's going to get you 18, 20, maybe even 21. And I know people are skeptical about Green and stuff like that. Is he so, too expensive, blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to go that way. I really think that's a half decent play there. See what else I can do here. We got Carmera, Johnson. See what we have to do with our tight end. Like I said, I'm just kind of winging it here. So don't use that, don't use this lineup. I'm just looking at some people here, kind of fitting some people in. I tied in, maybe go Gronk. Defense, you got a lot of money. Actually, what a lot of people are talking about, which, they might get you 6 or 7 points. I'm not really crazy about defense. I don't like spin up too much. Maybe go with Miami there. And you could easily go spend up on another guy. You got $1,800. So if you want to get rid of Dalton, you can. If you don't want to go Green or John Ross, you totally can get rid of them. Maybe go get one more big wide receiver. Like I said, if you don't want Green, you got a lot of money there. You can go put in Brown if you want to go that way. If you don't like him, you can go Hopkins, as I mentioned. A lot of different ways. You could keep Green in there. You can go Hopkins. Then you can go upgrade your quarterback at $8,200. And go get Watson or something like that. That's a half decent lineup. Watson, you got some pretty big boys in there. So anyway, that's just a sample thing that I just put that together real quick. Watson, obviously, he has pretty good upside here against New England. Last time he faced him, very good. Popular pick. He should do pretty good. Hopkins, put him with Watson there as quarterback. Ross, I really do think he's going to have a half-decent game here in a GPP spot. Cole, I think he'll be popular, 4,500. I just think he will. Gronk, I like him there. I think he's in a good spot. Another guy, like I said, I don't have in here, but I think you should have in there is Chris Hogan, if you guys can afford him. And maybe somehow you guys can get rid of Ross. If you want to go that way, go put in Hogan. A little bit of money that you have to get rid of. If you go that way, you might have to get rid of Gronk. Just fix it up. If you don't want to go too heavyweight, you can go Burkhead. There's just a lot of different ways that you can go in this one. So anyway, like I said, we'd love to have you guys join us for NFL for this season. Like I said, week 1 obviously is Sunday for the main slate. Definitely excited for it. We will have 1 cash and 1 GPP lineup for you guys, for me, and then probably 2 from Anthony as well. So $30 a month for 4 lineups a week. That's very, very cheap right there. That's less than $10 a week. So we'd love to have you guys join us. To get in on that, just click the Twitter link in the comment section to get signed up on that. Like I said, if you want to do the season 150 for the season with playoffs and NBA preseason, absolutely free, which starts, I think, the 28th or 29th of September, NBA preseason. So definitely excited for that. Also, in MLB, $8 a day or $40 for the month. Sorry, $40 for the rest of the season with playoffs. So like I said, to get sign up on all that, just click our Twitter and we'll get you all set up. And then, like I said, use Draft Dashboard. As you saw how easy it was for me to, kind of list the guys I like. And like I said, they had it ranked from their Draft Dash ranking there. So like I said, not too bad. Dash ranking. Anyway, like I said, if you guys want to sign up, we'd love to have you guys sign up. Click the link down there, and then you get my own personal player pool picks. And it's easy for you guys. If you guys want to, watch a player, all you do have to click that. Another thing good thing to do here is the position optimizer. It's definitely not too bad either. If you're trying to find the best players for each position, just click on them, and it shows you the best players. And if you like them, obviously you watch them. Then once you watch them, you can go over to the lineup optimizer area, which is easy. It's going to throw you out just a random lineup. It's probably going to have a lot of salary left over, but this is mostly just for to help you build a lineup. It's not made to generate, a lineup for you. As you see here, this one only has 200 left over, but every time that I redo it, a new lineup will come out. So like I said, if you have watch players, they will show up over here. And if you want to lock them in on this personal lineup here, then you just lock them in. Obviously, if you want to get rid of the player you watch, you just push the X there. So let's say I just want these two here, and then I don't want Thomas or Johnson. Then I can just redo it, and then Johnson and Thomas will be gone, and Juju Smith and Big Ben will be still in the lineup there. So and you just keep doing that until you like something, and then you save your lineup. So like I said, a really good tool. We'd love to have you guys, come on board. Definitely helps out quite a bit doing research. So like I said, to get in on that, just click the link in the comment section. Like I said, I think we have a free 30-day trial for you guys to join and try it out. And like I said, if you want my own personal player pool, you will have to use the link in the comment section. Alrighty, guys, I think that is it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I will probably have some more stats up next week for week 2, go a little bit more in depth into it. Like I said, not all the stats are really up yet here for week 1, so I have to wait for a couple more weeks until we get all of the stats already. So, like I said, that is it. If you want in on premium lineups, click the Twitter link. If you want in on Draft Dashboard and my own personal player pool for this week, week 1, click on the link in the comment section and get all signed up there as well. So that is it. Hopefully you do enjoy the video. Hopefully you guys have a really good week 1 for FanDuel and DraftKings as well. Alrighty, guys. We'll see you guys all a little bit later.